I do want to I want to dive a little bit into the history, and I've been reserved and trying not to get into the historical weeds, but the book just invites this, right? I wonder but maybe we'll start with you on this one, Dr. Dyson. The election of 1876. You both know that a year plus from now, in 2026, we're going to be celebrating the 250-year anniversary celebration. It's going to be done here in Philadelphia. It's a big deal, right? But 1876, the election, the rise of the red shirts.
Yeah.
A crucial event in our nation's history relative to voter suppression. Can you talk a little bit about their emergence, these events, how it shaped the political landscape now, and what it tells us, or what it implies for us about what we can understand about our current moment in electoral politics?
Right, and Marc would be able to delve deeply in that, but think about it. January 6th seems like a unique historical moment. And for many of us it was, because we had never seen this before. Again, what Gore Vidal called living in the United States of amnesia. And in living in the United States of amnesia, that means we're addicted to forgetfulness. It is the condition of our citizenship at that level. But you erase certain things and you over-remember other things. Well, in 1876, as you said, the red shirts, these night riders, these violent demagogues on horses and other animals, they were trying to deny black people the right to vote. It was 100 years after 1776. So their celebration of democracy was to deny it and to make sure that they understood it's for white people only, especially white men. And so they got together, and if you don't mind, I just want to read this. This is not just us. This is what they, let me see, 57, 47. What page is that on? Because I want to read you, I think it's 57.
We're live on air, Doc, but take your time.
Thank you, WHYY. We really appreciate you. Oh, it's WURD. Okay, I'm sorry. This is what they say. This is the copy of the plan they circulate over the state. This is literally what they said. Every Democrat must feel honor-bound to control the vote of at least one Negro. Never threaten a man individually. If he deserves to be threatened, the necessities of the times require that he should die. A dead radical is very harmless. A threatened radical is often troublesome, sometimes dangerous, and always vindictive. This ain't no mistake. The calendar is always January 6th in black political reality, because we see white folk wilding out at every occasion, redescribing their activity, their apostasy, their heresy as true democracy, patriotism even. And they're up here denying these black folk the right to vote. Ben Tillman gets on the Senate floor and brags about how they stuffed the ballot boxes. Everything that the orange apparition is now trying to warn us about what will happen, they were doing, because it was a political projection. So 1876 saw the night riders, it saw the red shirts, it saw political violence being instantiated, and it saw the crass, unapologetic manipulation of the political system imposed for the advantage of white people, proving that the real telos, the real goal of American politics was not the acquisition of democracy, but the establishment of white supremacy.
Marc, you want to add to that moment in history?
Just one little, one big historical footnote there. So the red shirts overthrew the democratically elected state government in South Carolina in 1876. It was a state where the electorate was a black majority. So just when you meditate on the real threat of political violence,
that's right.
And this was a very activated black majority, a black majority that understood what political power signified, what the ballot signified, and yet the violence was so extreme and the corruption was so extreme that they succeeded in South Carolina. And I think, so as Professor Dyson says, when you see people on the Capitol steps in 2021 waving the Confederate flag, that's a really specific historical message. It's not an accident. They're actually specifically referring to the events of 1876 that fall.